Decision Plus has been and still is a leading stock market service provider. From training to coaching, we cover it all. Try both our software as well as our coaching site, completely free for 10 days without obligation. No credit card is needed to sign up for the trial. The trial subscription will be automatically canceled for you at the end. DecisionPlus.com, your stock market service center. Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try MarketGurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above. Market Vision Plus is the trading companion of so many investors. Make your fundamental and technical analysis easy with Canada's #1 stock market decision-making software. Research, decide, and follow your positions with Market Vision Plus. See the menus just above this program and try Market Vision Plus for 10 days without any obligation after the show. When it comes to day trading, Trader Plus is the right tool. Track 50 quotes simultaneously. Create dozens of quick lists. Display as many as 30 real-time intraday charts at the same time. Watch the action with candlesticks or bar charts as fast as 10 seconds. See the market by sectors. Use the chart models already prepared for you. Try Trader Plus for 10 days in the menu above without any obligation.
So welcome back, folks, to the welcome folks to the Swing Trading Show. Today we're Wednesday, May 6, 2015. The question bar is open, folks. If ever you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Today we had the honor to host CEO of this company here, Carlyle Goldfields, CJG. We put the video of their interviews before the show started. It's also on our YouTube channel, so I invite you to click on our YouTube channel, take a look at this company, what they do. Actually, they have a partnership with Orico Gold and Alamos Gold. Orico Gold and Alamos Gold. And don't forget that those two companies will merge. However, he said that Orico Gold and Alamos Gold, they have the project, their project, which is Lean Lake, the project of Carlyle Goldfields. They have their project on top of their priority for if the merger goes through. So nothing is lost, and I think it's good news to know that the merger will not impact negatively their project. That's what the CEO said. So I invite you to take a look at this company. Technically speaking, the stock is going to be a buy around 31 cents 42. Right now it's starting a stabilization phase after having a strong rally from 24 cents to 30 cents. Now let's take a look here at the market situation. Where are we? What is the situation on the markets? Right now we have the markets that are slightly going down, but we are still unable to confirm a clear strong bearish cycle on the markets. I'm talking mostly intraday wise though, because at opening there was an opportunity to open some bearish ETF. You could have made some money. It wasn't a short term. Now finally the market stabilized and we had a rebound, and since then they have been unable to make a new low. So it's actually really tough to determine what's going to be the next direction on the market. What made the markets fall at opening is Janet Yellen comments. Janet Yellen said that markets right now at their current level are overpriced, and this has created some fears. We had some selling pressure here on all the indices, and the TSX also as well is having a slight correction also. But on the TSX, the thing that's most interesting, the strategy that should favor on the TSX is mostly because the index is starting a clearer bearish cycle compared to the American markets, where we still have this important support that's there, that's blocking this bearish cycle to grow through. Well, on the TSX, it's clearer and it has more downside potential because we could easily reach this former support of 14,750. So there's about 200 points to be lost that could be lost on the TSX. And this is why we have recommended at MarketGurus.tv HXD as an analyst choice. We recommended that ETF yesterday. Today, the ETF is rising, and I believe it could pursue its rally, though, if the TSX pursues its decline. And one sector you should particularly watch is the energy sector, which is going down today. It started the slight bearish cycle yesterday on MarketGurus.tv. We recommended it as a bearish cycle, the energy sector. We said it was in a bearish cycle. Today, it's pursuing its bearish cycle. More importantly, we have the Canadian US dollar that's actually going down today, which is helping oil. And the thing is, we also have the Canadian dollar that is surging. And when Canadian dollar is surging, of course, it does impact negatively our energy companies because they have to sell their production with the US dollar, and the US dollar, our Canadian dollar is stronger, so people are going to consume maybe less oil. So, of course, it's mostly technical terms that actually is helping explain why the Canadian energy sector have more breakdown. Actually, among all that list, though, all the stocks you see highlighted with an S are all stocks that are breaking down on the energy sector on the Canadian side. The strategy in the sector is pretty simple. Reduce, close your long position. So in Trilogy Energy, there's no need to reduce your position because you have to close it because the stock is clearly reversing its upward trend. Payto Exploration, let's see about that stock here or there. Close the position. It's breaking an important support. There's no need to hold on to that positions until it reaches that former support again on Payto Exploration. Meg Energy, clearly reversing its upward trend. Close that positions. So this doesn't mean that if you close those positions that you'll not be able to buy them back at a cheaper price. It's a possibility. However, right now, in order to maximize your gain, to minimize your loss, close your positions is appropriate, and the energy sector bearish cycle could bring it at least until towards this former support there of 217. So there's a lot of points to be lost though on the energy sector, and this is why closing those positions right now is appropriate. So we also have one comment here from Jules that I want to share with you guys. Jules said a reason for fall of energy stocks in Canada caused by election of NPD in Alberta. It started yesterday when polls showed a rise for NPD. Yes, it could be also a possibility, Jules. I think it makes definitely a lot of sense. Of course, NPD, we know it's more to the left, and there might be some policies that they might adopt that will not be that oil friendly, and yeah, that could be some fears, but that could explain the fact that the energy stocks in Canada are taking a bigger hit, because on the US side, the energy sector still remains neutral. So there's definitely no bearish cycle at all on the energy sector on the US side. We still have and continue to hold on to our bullish ETF that we have on the energy sector in the US, which is ERX. So ERX is still a ETF that we have among our analyst shorts portfolio. However, with this decline, what we have been able to do is we've been able to quickly take some profit, because yesterday on MarketGurus.tv we did recommend that ETF HED. So at opening, when the ETF took 5%, we quickly took some profit on that ETF. And it's important to actually be kind of quick in those profit-taking opportunity on those positions, because you know the sector went down at opening. If we take a look at this, and it suddenly surged. So of course, this fear that you mentioned, Jules, could explain that panic that we had. But finally, markets got not saying rational, but finally there's some investors who saw some opportunity with this massive sell-off, and we have the sector that got back up. So it was really important to be quick to take some profit in your bearish ETF on HED. If you have not done so yet, well, I think you have to. But if you're not making a 5%, you could maybe be a little bit more patient. But right now you see that all sectors, the ones that actually bring the TSX down, such as the energy, materials, mining, gold, all of them remain flat. And as long as they remain flat like that, really it's a market that's kind of boring, because there's no real movement. I cannot say that there's an opportunity to open some bullish ETF, neither bearish ETF. For instance, an ETF that tracks gold, which is Dust, that we track a lot in New York, or let's take a look at HGD. You see, HDD could have been a great opportunity, right? It gave some 2-3, well, it was tough to get in on those entry points because at opening it's kind of risky. But let's take a look at this. We had here on that ETF a slight stabilization phase and finally an entry point here. Another one came just right there, right? But see, those entry points have not progressed enough. Now, with this oversold situation that we have right now in HGD, could we have a new bullish cycle? It could be possible, but we need HGD to go above 1120 to confirm this new bullish cycle for day trading. So HGD higher than 1120 is going to be a go for day trading, but also you have to take a look at how the sector is performing. And so for the gold sector, as long as it doesn't go below 162.23, it's definitely not a go for HDD. Now, concerning the indicators that we had some news concerning Greece. They made a payment of 200 million euros to the IMF. The next payment is on May 12th. It's 750 million euros. We also had in Germany the PMI index that came out. Well, in Germany it's slightly below estimates. In Eurozone slightly above. In France slightly above. So it's kind of mixed, right? But overall they did pretty great. All of them are above 50, which is a good thing. It shows that the economy is growing. We know that inflation is still zero, but the European Commission is actually bullish on the European economies. So those are all some factors, of course, that are really positive, and those are the factors that will allow demand to spike up, and that will allow potentially to have more demand, and this could actually potentially help oil. Right, but right now oil is purely going up today simply on the decline of the US dollar. So it's not that people are consuming more. It's just technically speaking because the US dollar is going down, oil is going up. So this is definitely helping oil. In terms of the other indicator that we had the private employment report. We created less job than expected, 169,000. Another news is that Microsoft here is considering to make an offer on Salesforce, and they want to buy Salesforce for $49 billion.
Find answers to your questions by emailing your host at btm@decisionplus.com.
5 good reasons to manage your investments with National Bank Direct Brokerage. Commission fees fixed at $9.95 anytime for all clients and starting at only $6.95 for active investors. No administrative fees if you hold at least $20,000 in your accounts. Registered accounts available in U.S. currency. Powerful tools to help you manage your portfolio. Award-winning customer service and satisfaction levels amongst the highest in the industry. To learn more, visit nbdb.ca or call us now.
Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try marketgurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above.
So I just also want to share a comment with that Z has an interesting one. It's true. There's also growing unrest in Libya and Yemen. Yes, actually, indeed, I just read today that there's some rebels in Yemen that decided to attack Saudi Arabia. So it's actually getting really messier there. We know Saudi Arabia already attacked them, but now they're hitting back. So see, you guys are really know a lot, right? You read a lot. I love it. Gilles knows why the energy stocks went down, of course, with the polls in Alberta. So I'm glad you shared that with us. And Z, thanks a lot also for reminding me of the unrest that we have in Libya and Yemen. So I appreciate it when you guys share those information with me and also with the audience. So it's really appreciated. You can give yourself props, guys. Now, with the market situation, though, really it's a market where on MarketGurus.tv, we had to do a major cleanup on our analyzed charts portfolio. We had, first of all, to be defensive in the sense that we had to close several of our long positions, especially the ones in the energy sector, though. For instance, precision drilling. The thing is, we have been expecting, I would say, the stock to go to reverse this upward trend. So this is why even if we still have this stock that's still within its upward trend, the fact that we are recommended that stock as a buy on April 29, that we're able to quickly take some profit here around 5 or 6%, around 920, 925 on Precision Drilling, well, why risk holding onto that stock, having that stock go below that support of 825? So we're going to lose all the gains that we made from here to there. So this is why we decided to close out positions, get the cash, and whenever we have a stabilization phase of the bearish cycle of the energy sector, we're going to use that cash to increase our exposure again on the energy sector. Right now, the sector is all going down. Another cleanup, Express Scripts. Express Scripts is part of the NASDAQ 100 index. Express Scripts broke down its support of 84, right? So we had to close that position. Because since we have recommended that stock as a buy here, the stock has not done much. So we decided to close that position, especially with markets that are showing more selling pressure. And of a stock that's part of this NASDAQ 100 index, if ever the NASDAQ confirms a second bearish cycle intraday-wise, well, that stock is definitely going to take a hit. So might as well close that positions right now instead of waiting for the positions to go even at $81, which would be such a big loss potential because we recommended that stock as a buy here. And if we had to wait below that support of 84 until the support of 81, from 88 to 81, that's almost more than 7% loss potential. So it's not worth it to actually wait as long. And elsewhere, ERX, we're holding onto that position. So really, take closer positions on some energy stocks. It's important. That's the strategy of the day. Now, in terms of day trading, have there been some nice day trading opportunity? Let's take a look here at some lists that we have recommended on MarketGurus.tv. Among that list, I want to bring to your attention that stock here, PTBI. Why? Because PTBI has been explosive. And PTBI, what we have learned is that George Soros, which is a big financial guy, he actually took a position on that company. The stock so far at opening, well, gave an entry point here, but it was not that clear. Now the new entry point on that stock is going to be around 1047, 1050. I love the fact that the stochastics could reverse this downward trend, right? But if we could have an increase in volume, 1050 will be interesting, and 1113 at that top will be the point to take some profit. So PTBI on NASDAQ has to be watched. Now also, are there other opportunities? Yes, there are. There's also that stock here, QURE. It's clearer in terms of the entry points that you had, because you had a clear sideway formation, a breakout, a clear sideway formation, a breakout. So now the new breakout is going to be around 28.94 on a stock like that. So QURE also has been really active on NASDAQ. And as for our day trade of the day, it's that stock here, SWC. One entry point here, another one there. Why there? Because look, when we had there, we broke out slightly and we had the stochastics that was tilting towards the overbought situation. So that confirmed the strength of the bullish momentum of that breakout. And that was a clear entry point. And the next entry point is going to be at 1444. However, on that stock here, the thing is, I see that this stock could easily pause where it reaches its 200-day moving average. So if it goes above 1444, your target now becomes 1478 for a profit-taking opportunity on a stock like that. And actually, that stock is really explosive so far, and even on a yearly basis, clearly reversing an important downward trend. So that definitely is an interesting entry point for a stock like SWC on New York. So that's it, folks. See you tomorrow at 12:30 on the Swing Trading Show. Borrowing markets today. Energy stocks on the Canadian sides are taking a bigger hit. Of course, what happened in Alberta, but also what we saw with the US dollar and the Canadian dollar also as well could explain that. And overall, folks, I think it's definitely a market where you should mostly be in the defensive, which means that if ever you have some positions in the energy sector that are at risk or where you have already taken some profit, it's a good move to actually close them right now and hold on to this cash and be able to buy those positions back whenever the sector confirms a stabilization phase and a bullish cycle. Because right now the energy sector is going down and it's bringing the TSX further down also as well. And the TSX, if it makes a new low intraday, HXD will be interesting because it remains the index with the biggest bearish potential compared to the American market. So HXD has to be watched as well. So see you tomorrow, and I wish you all a good trading.